deck. This would have to be one of my most expensive deck that I've bought. I did buy this on Kickstarter, I think for 52 Australian. They're now retailing for 102 Australian. So if you can get your hands on this deck, you will not be disappointed. We'll start with the hard-covered box quite differently. The cards fit snug in there with the booklet. Jamie Sawyer is the illustrator. She's also the creator. She has a background in tattoo artistry. She is an exceptional artist, but she is also somebody who is very creative in how she created the tarot deck. She isn't somebody who's just thrown this together. She does understand the tarot. She talks about it. And this deck is, she really wanted to put it together to have it as we are living what we've learned. She has got some cards that are from the first person perspective, some cards which are from the observant perspective. She does take things from the Rider-Waite tarot deck, and she does provide, and I'm so glad she wasn't going to provide a guidebook. And I'm so glad she did, because this would have to be one of the best guidebooks I have ever read with a artist tarot deck, because not only does it have tarot spreads in it, it also has why she created that card. So with the booklet itself, she's got the Nine of Swords, the keywords, what it can be about, the astrological correspondence. For example, the Nine of Swords is Mars in Gemini, but she has her drawing notes. Why did she create the card the way she did? And the Easter egg she refers to as the Rider-Waite symbolism that pops up in the card. For instance, on this card, it's the bed sheet that has the astrological quilt, and the hands are coming to cover the face, but not quite in position. So you'll love this deck. It is a very good quality deck. It is a bit thick for my liking. It is 350. It is very thick. I actually struggle to shuffle it, but then again, the thought of me shuffling a deck that I paid so much for really makes me uncomfortable. So I normally put it in piles, and I normally select the card that I need. Beautiful. I'm going to call it yellow lime. Beautiful. She calls it what does she call it? She calls it matte yellow. So beautiful gilding in that sense. It really goes with the reverse of the card. So let's dig in. Let's not waste any time. And if you don't purchase this deck by the end of this video, I swear I don't know what's stopping you, because if I watched a video and someone was showing off this deck, I would be having it in my checkout before the video even finished. So I'd be really interested to know if you do purchase this deck simply by looking at the cards and me allowing you to see how she has interpreted each card and why. So we'll start off with the Fool here. Hopefully you can see this. I'll zoom in a little bit, make it as clear as we can, or as close as we can. So the Fool here, she wanted to illustrate it in a way that you've got everything you need. You know, you're about to leave the house, you've got everything you need. That's the way she wanted to illustrate the Fool. The Magician, she wanted to really show this, that especially as an artist, you've got all the tools that you need. And I don't know, can you see this clearly? Maybe on the table there, the table itself, she's got, you can see the symbolism there, and you can also see the symbolism in the painting as well. So that's why she's created this one. The High Priestess, you've got all the knowledge within you, in your hands. She's making the person wear something that perhaps is generally not, you know, not many people would wear, like a wrap style. She's got the black and the white sidings, the columns on each side. She's got the moon there. So we picked up another deck. This card I love, why she and how this came about. This is actually from a photo of her mother that was pregnant with her, and that's her in the womb. Love how she's done that. The Emperor, the story here is, you know, is that your signature? Did you do that? So it's someone holding you accountable per se, you know, sort of like my house, my rules, she says there. So we've got there the background, the rocky thing there. We've got the Aries, and the Hierophant, she designed this card by asking a school teacher to actually take a photo of it so she could, you know, writing on the chalkboard so she can make this. But it was sort of like a lesson plan. So that's the way she put it together, and that's the way we've got the Hierophant there inside there. So it's quite interesting. Loving the tattoos also on the arms. The Lovers, this is three people coming together, working together. You know, it's just beautiful. Like, partnership takes many forms. She wanted to put that forward. The Chariot, she really wanted to show that whichever way you go is not wrong on this journey, you know. The Strength, You know, I really get a feeling that you get to really know who this person is, who the artist is, by reading the book. This is a photo of her 99-year-old mother-in-law quilting, and it's to show that the knowledge, and also too with quilting, every aspect of your life put into that quilt. And it's interesting how she's got the lion there for the strength card. The hermit, it's all about, you know, being a recluse, going within, taking time out, the knowledge, taking a step away. The Wheel of Fortune, there's many different signs in this one. You know, maybe you need to turn around, maybe you're not following the signs, maybe there's a detour, maybe there's a major disruption like the roadworks here. So it's really about maybe you haven't got any control over it. And again, we've got the symbolism and the tattoos. So what are you thinking so far? Are you loving it? And I hope I'm not rushing through, but I just really wanted to talk about every card. The Justice one, she says she's got the hands over there in a very how can I say, passive aggressive way with the balance there. She talks about this one, her doing yoga, and she's doing the trapeze, I think, sitting on her trapeze there, and she's looking at things in a different perspective, and that's why she's looking at the ceiling. The Death card, of course, is transformation, but she's also showing as an X-ray here that you can see within. I love how she talked about the Temperance card, and I've often looked at the card this way, so it's interesting she spoke about this. She said she once heard someone refer to the Temperance card as a bartender's card. You know, it's all about moderation, and it's quite funny on another deck that I truly love and I utilize a lot. It's interesting because it does show excess in the card, so it's interesting how it's really about balance. The Devil here, as you can see with the shadows, it's about shadow work. The Tower here, she really wanted to depict somebody being asked to leave, and you can see here someone's getting all their stuff, you know, that people have to change. You know, there's a new course of action that you have to follow. The Star card is just beautiful, just a childlike energy. It's just so cool. The Moon, it's got that reflection of reflecting back onto you, and look at the little puppy there, the puppy dog's there. The Sun card, you know, of course she's got the sunflowers in here. She's got a photo of her baby up there, and you know, and obviously you got the red there, but it's really, she wanted to base this on an old photo of her in a farm of sunflowers, and that's what this is. So it's really about the red feather really depicts the flag on the original Rider-Waite Tarot deck. The Judgment card, when I first looked at this card, I actually thought this was one of those drums, you know, that makes the noise ding 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 that you hit on the side. It isn't, it's the trumpet, Archangel Gabriel's trumpet here. So it's interesting how we're all pointing fingers at each other. And then we have the World card. So she's removed the, I guess, the central figure, and she's sort of showing we are all part of this energy here. So isn't it nice? Isn't it exciting? How are you finding it so far? Let me know. Is it in your to purchase list yet? I'd really be interested to see. So, and another reason why I like this deck is she actually refers to the minors as what they are: pentacles, swords, cups, wands. You know, I'm sort of over it. Everybody's sort of changing. I really love it that it's kept to the same here. So it's interesting. Then we've got the Two of Pentacles. Three of Pentacles is, you know, people working together. They're working as a team. They're working as a blueprint. The Four of Pentacles, you've got the safety deposit box there. The Five of Pentacles is just a reminder of living from paycheck to paycheck. The giving and receiving here. And you see this astrological, Moon is in Taurus. See that there? The Seven in Pentacles is, you know, when we're really impatient, baking something and it's sort of almost ready. That's what this card, the energy it's entailing there. And this is pretty much Jamie, how she works. She does a lot of, I think it's wood imagery type of thing, but she's talking about practice makes perfect here, you know, continuing to keep going. This is the jewelry there. She's holding a new necklace here. This is what this is. She's saying that she doesn't exchange gifts with her partner, but she really wanted to reward herself for working so hard, so she purchased a gift. The 10 is she has game night, so she wanted to pick that in there. The Page of Pentacles being the student there. The Knight of Pentacles, you know, it's a slow progress working out. You know, we may not see what's happening, but, you know, something is happening. The Queen of Pentacles here. It's a little bit about what efforts you put into your household in order to maintain a safe space. I love this card. This is another big card. See the gold Taurus there? She writes in the book here, I wanted this card to be one of abundance, security in resources, or the ability to acquire what is needed. I saw this figure as a financial planner with a good stock portfolio, someone who knows the value of things, but also that being open to lead when necessary, allowing the energy to constantly flow. I remember at a lower point in my early career when needing financial help, I reached out to my mum where I was thanking her profusely. She replied to me, "It's only money, we'll make more today, we worked for you." I've tried to keep that mindset in my adult life, so it's just beautiful. And then we're going on to the swords. So the Ace of Swords, putting all your thoughts in a notebook. Two of Swords, lovely. I mean, we're used to seeing the swords crossed over there, so it's interesting how she's got also the pens crossed over there. The Three of Swords, you can see the backing of the cards there, the back of the card that makes it a show in this deck. And she really wanted to create a scene that exhibits a feeling of trying to work through grief but still getting caught up in the emotional pain. That's what she wanted on that card. Isn't this card a beauty? Who's purchased it already? And this is all about retreat and prayer. Love how she's done this one. This is all about cheating. You know, someone's taken the time to write all the answers down on the Coke can, but only if they put the same, I guess, energy into working hard, they would probably achieve more than taking shortcuts. The Six of Swords, moving away from struggles. The Seven of Swords. And the Eight of Swords, this is like someone trying to open up a journal, you know, what's on their mind, I need to know. The Nine of Swords, probably not wanting to see what's ahead. And Jamie, as I said, is a tattoo artist, so this is quite interesting that she's put this in here, you know, like it's just beautiful. It's sort of like we've got the marks to prove what we've been through. The Page of Swords, very modern today, this take on podcasting. The Knight of Swords, you can see the horse there depicting in there, the messenger there, the bird. If I've missed anything in symbolism, let me know. I'm trying to go through this as sort of taking time with it, but as quickly as I can, so you're not watching a video for hours. So this is about getting to the root of the issue, the tree, see? The King of Swords, you know, we often think about cutting hair and getting rid of what's not serving us. Then we've got the Wands. What are you creating? She really wanted to create a card that had maps. The Three of Wands is she wanted to create a card of that you're ready to leave, and it's interesting here we've got the boats in the background. The Four of Wands, bringing people together. Five of Wands, like the competition, working together. So the Six of Wands is all about being on center stage. The Seven of Wands is really about illustrating boundaries. Okay, the Eight of Wands, she wasn't going to have hands in this card. But she thought, how can I have not hands? So she's depicting a picture of like a journal that you have next to your bed when you have your downloads. So that's what she really wanted to get. And the Nine of Wands, she really wanted to show this as a wounded warrior. The Ten of Wands, she really wanted to show someone carrying a heavy load. And this card really depicts what she enjoys. So there's skating. So it's just showing a part of her again. So she really has put a lot of herself into this deck. It's like you get to know her, because even in this card, she talks about, I actually thought this was a cowboy to begin with. I don't know what made me think that. I think maybe seeing the horse here on the sound. But this is actually a firefighter, and her brother-in-law is a volunteer firefighter. So it's quite interesting that we really get to know a lot about her in this deck itself. The Queen of Wands here is really about creating something, being a master manifester here. The King of Wands, she really talks about performers. Maybe we're never going to get to know them, but how they can make shifts in our own world, how we can make changes just listening to music or listening to podcasts. And then we've got the Ace of Cups, and she really wanted to showcase how when we allow our cups to pour, we feel like this part of nurturing water here. That's what she wanted to. The Two of Cups, she's obviously showing a partnership, working together. The Three of Cups, she wanted to show like a toast. You know, we toast to our community. And the Four of Cups, she wanted to show boredom. So she sort of wanted to show somebody just scrolling through Netflix or scrolling through the TV. So she really wanted to show that this person's not being very productive. And the Five of Cups, she had fun photographing this actually. She does photograph. So she broke some mugs. So she really wanted to show that this person's trying to fix something that's already broken. Six of Cups is really connecting to heartfelt memories. Seven of Cups is really choose wisely. You know, it reminds me of the fair. You know, you got your tickets there and you're winning a prize, but you got, you know, we always stand back and we always want something else. Or so that's just about choose wisely. This card's very interesting. This is another card that I found really interesting. So it's a bit like we're walking away and the stacking cups are no longer what we need. You know, they're sort of used. So it's really about taking out the trash, so to speak. The Nine of Cups is manifesting, you know, creating something. Really love this card as well. The Ten of Cups, I love how it's got the picture there in the background. It's really about capturing a family moment. This card's quite clever. The Page of Cups here. She really wanted to harness, you know, childlike imagination that comes from within and sort of dreaming about anything that's possible. And she, again, we're getting to know a lot about her and who's around her, and she depicted this card, and it's about her friend who's a veterinary nurse, and she has a stethoscope, and she's got like listening to the heart of another human being. You know, no matter the species, we often tell us what we need to know about them and how to help. So I just love the depiction of this one. And who doesn't love this? I mean, honestly, anyone who owns a set of tarot cards would love to know about tea readings. So that's what we've got here, you know, like what's your tea revealing about you? What do you need to know? And then we have this beautiful final card here of the whole set, the King of Cups, and it's really portraying a therapist who's ready and listening. You know, she didn't want to see them holding a pen, so she wanted to make it like it was the hand, so as in the sword. So can you just see how talented this artist is? Can you just see this deck, how amazing it has come to life? I mean, I honestly think we see so many decks and there's so many creators and then there's so many people that have drawn the deck, but to have somebody who's done both to speak about the cards and to really talk about why they've created it, it's just amazing. It's beautiful, and I think this is why this deck works so well. I think this is why it's amazing, and I think this is why everyone should have this deck. It's amazing. So let's pull a card. Obviously they're in order. I'm not going to shuffle, but let's just pull a card, see what energy we're going to do. Let me read up in the booklet fully what this message is all about. It will give you an idea of what we see in the booklet. And if you have any questions about this deck, please leave it in the comments section. I'll be happy to ask of my interpretation or how I'm finding this deck. Please do. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe. I'll be putting forward a lot more of my artistic decks, my favourite decks, and both tarot and oracle readings. So as we read up the page here, the Five of Swords is all about conflict, tension, self-interest and defeat. Choosing actions that make us win or arrive on top at all costs. They come with a heavy tag. Not only do we affect the curve, but in the end these actions will tarnish our honour or merit not our word. Is it worth it? The astrological correspondence is Venus in Aquarius, and the drawing notes, this is what you want to hear. This card was fun to imagine. I wanted to pick somebody who was cheating on an exam by way of putting the answers on the label of their beverage. I think about the creativity and craftiness it takes for students to get the answers this way, or anyone on the grift, without realising how much doing that will throw the learning curve or affect the community around them. The time and energy it took to create a soda can cheat sheet, when if they just studied, it would have benefited them more in the long run. And the Easter eggs here, the sword positions show up as questions in the test booklet. Oh, there we go. There's a test booklet, the swords. The background has a similar feel to the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. The colour scheme is also similar, and the other people are no longer present but are implied in a testing scenario. So do you like this? Do you like this deck? So let me know what you think. Until next time, thank you for liking and subscribing, and hello to all my new subscribers.